Right now, the feeling that they have is indescribable because they've never been through anything like this.
I'm very proud of myself for making it through this. Making it out of here and actually going on to a job that has U.S. in front of it. It's a highlight of my life now.
I gotta face the real world now and show them what I got.
I never thought I would be so proud.
It's different from going on vacation. It's different from going somewhere for a few months. This place really changes you, but it's for the best.
I'm glad to be a part of the Coast Guard.
It's a good thing that you can be proud of the rest of your life.
It's just the beginning. Graduation is the beginning of your Coast Guard career. Here you go.
It's hard to imagine because it just seems like yesterday that we were all on that bus, you know, getting ready to come here.
I remember on the bus, I was all anxious, but you can never really know what's going to happen until you do it yourself.
I was telling myself, come on, come and get me, I'm ready for it, you know. And there was butterflies.
I wasn't afraid until we came around that corner, and then the bus pulled up and you're just like, oh crap.
It was a real total shock when we got pulled up into Cape May and had those drill instructors get on the bus.
Sit up straight, get your head straight, get your arms straight. Straight ahead!
The bus ride was crazy, and then as soon as we put up in the Cape May, it just got quiet. Everybody was like,
From now on, the first and last words out of your mouth will be sir or ma'am. Do you understand?
Sir, yes, sir!
Do you understand?
Sir, yes, sir!
and then when they came and got on the bus, and they was like, you got 15 seconds.
To get off this bus and you just wasted 10 of them. Let's go! Hurry up! Get your hurry up! Hurry up!
I was shaking like a leaf getting off the bus and seeing these guys in Smokey Bear covers. Holy smokes.
Hurry up!
You experience being on the other end of this face screaming at you. It's like one of those things you have to experience for yourself.
I realized I'm not in Kansas anymore.
Do what you're told, when you're told, how you're told, without question. Is that understood?
Sir, yes, sir!
The first night was just, I felt like a puzzle just in a million pieces.
Out the door! Straight out the door!
It's definitely an experience, it's definitely a shocker.
The low point would have to be that first morning when you wake up with 4 hours of sleep.
That was devastating. I was like, I want to go home.
The haircut part is just to strip them down. They're no longer individuals. They're a team. They look the same. They dress the same. They are the same. No matter the color of your skin, race, creed, we're an equal opportunity employer.
All the medical examination, it was hard. My arms got bruised up from all the injections.
Specimen hair paperwork here so I can read it.
They will have a urinalysis once they arrive.
And you spend 3 days in a medical building doing everything and anything they can do, and you just in line just for like an hour, and x-rays and dental work and cavities, and it's being in a doctor's office or dentist office for 3 days straight. They don't give you a sucker afterwards.
Push-ups, begin! Push-ups, begin!
Sir, aye, aye, sir!
Yeah, that's a long weekend on the recruits and on company commanders. I want them to see stars. I want them to say, oh, Lordy, here we go.
From you, we expect the following. Motivation and 100% dedication at all times. Is that clear?
Sir, yes, sir!
I said, is that clear?
Sir, yes, sir!
They told me I was shaking up there, and I was ready to go. I was like, let's go, we're going training.
What part didn't you understand? What part didn't you understand?
Be prepared to eat it, eat the dirt, hit the deck.
Get up, sir!
You're not coming in here to kick back, 'cause it's not a kickback kind of place.
Attention all deck! Stop moving, freeze!
Emotional freaking roller coaster.
When you hear attention on deck, wherever you are, you freeze! Do you understand?
Sir, yes, sir!
They like to mess with you mentally. They do know how to get inside your head.
Man, my eye, ma'am. She gave you an order. Ma'am,
You got a lot thrown at you real quick. You don't really know what's going on.
Sir, no, sir. You better start following orders.
You just move. Sense of urgency.
Hurry up. Sense of urgency, sense of urgency, sense of urgency.
I want them to remember that for the rest of their lives when they first meet me.
I said, is that clear?
Welcome to the United States Coast Guard. Wow, let's go.
1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 5.
Incentive trading, it's punishment, bottom line.
The yelling and screaming took a couple days to get used to because it's constantly going on.
I don't have you doing this for my health.
If you do something stupid, they're going to be on you like white on rice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1.
It just basically depends on how mad the company commander is at us and how long he makes us do it. The majority of it depends on that.
Unbelievable.
We are doing real well, and then just one person screws it up.
No I&T.
No I&T. No I&T.
Or we screw up as a team.
Get shoulder to stinking shoulder. Get shoulder to shoulder.
We all get incentively trained.
Big hands.
Actually, before I came in, I was telling my friends, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna screw up a lot so I can get some IT a lot, and, you know, get big and buff and look good when I come out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 7.
I kind of changed that plan once I got here.
I didn't tell you to get up. I didn't tell you to get up.
There is a purpose behind it. Every time we go outside and do intensive training, it's because we messed up.
1, 2, 3, 2, 8, 2.
Everything you do is well deserved.
It's a punishment, it's a tool that we use, hopefully to change their behavior.
Hooray!
Some of the required knowledge was tough. There was some parts in training that were really tough, and I didn't think I was going to be able to pull through them, but I did.
A lot of classes, a lot of learning. You got to pay attention.
1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. He's a piece of the deck.
Most things you have to know exactly what to do in split seconds.
4, 5.
If you don't go over it and go over it and go over it and go over it, you won't be able to do it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You have a midterm and a final you have to take. You've got required knowledge, stuff you have to know.
It's kind of hard to, I guess, teach everybody all the stuff you need to know to be in the Coast Guard in 8 weeks. As long as there's no math, I'm all right.
Hardest part was staying awake. The classes are really not all that hard, as long as you pay attention. If you fall asleep, you're pretty much done. The instructors were really thorough with their classes. They taught their classes like they should be taught.
Every class they have here is designed to help you once you leave the gates of Cape May.
0, 0, 6, 6, 5, 5,
You have to give it your 100% every time to get any better at it. We lost a lot of people because of physical fitness.
They have to pass certain things to graduate. They have to have a 1.5 mile run, a certain amount of push-ups, a certain amount of sit-ups.
The hardest part for me probably was the running.
5, sir.
I was a smoker before I came here.
I was really afraid about the run, that I wasn't going to pass the run.
5, sir.
I really surprised myself. I passed it with like 2 minutes to spare.
I saw a big change in myself, the fact that I lost 15 pounds, 2.5 inches on my waist.
The Cybex workout was easy with the life cycles. I wish I had a pawn no man.
Oh, the life cycle. If they put me on a life cycle today, I'll probably die.
The swim, now that was physically challenging. I don't think I was really ready for that, but I got through it.
I jumped off the platform. I thought I was at the surface coming up, so I inhaled, and I still had a couple of feet to go. Scuba Steve had to come save me.
Boot camp, they'll work you, because it's not just mental. You have to have some physical aspect too to be able to pull people out of the water.
Always give 100%.
Why not?
Can you maintain composure? Can you keep a level head? And can you handle stressful situations?
You have burned every bridge you have here at Cape May. When they get out of here, they're going to get a lot of responsibility, more responsibility so than any other service, I think.
Third squad forward.
6, 7 months out of here, you have a 19-year-old charge of $4 million boat. going out on search and rescue cases, qualifying as coxswains.
They're going to be dealing with stressful situations. Saving lives is a stressful situation, storms, and they got to learn to think, react, and do the simple things that we ask them to do under stress. So when the more difficult tasks at hand, where lives depend on it, they'll be able to handle it.
So you better start sounding off and stop it with the woe is me attitude.
I really wanted to give up.
On your back! Clutches, begin!
I'd lay in my rack at night and be like, okay, how can I get out of this? It was stressful. Took a lot of work to get through that, and I'm glad I'm here where I am now, rather than giving up.
This environment here gives us a chance to really turn up the heat on that individual and see if they can take it. Because you have to grow up real fast in the United States Coast Guard.
Sir, no, sir!
Everybody that thinks the Coast Guard is a slack service and everything, after being here and seeing the way that people are so passionate about it, and you actually are doing a mission, you're not practicing for it all the time, you're going to be saving lives. Coast Guard is the deal.
Performance Enhancement Platoon is used for discipline problems. People who are lacking in the core values per se, honor, respect, devotion to duty.
Pep was hard. A lot of yelling, physical fitness, all that kind of stuff.
The biggest thing that worried me the entire time was Pep running around. I'm like, I'm not going to be one of those kids.
The classes they taught, a lot of things in there I wish I would have applied right away.
I learned integrity. You always have to have integrity. Integrity is the one thing in life that no one can ever take away from you. So one thing. No one can ever take that. You have to give that away.
Down, up, 1-1,
It was not fun. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, and I wouldn't ever want to do it again. I learned so much there. It's the best thing that ever happened to me.
It's not a happy time in the old Performance Enhancement Platoon. It's very intense, 3.5 days. But when they come out of there, they usually come out raring to go. Even if they get reverted, if they fail PEP and they get reverted, they usually come out there with a lot better recruit.
It's kind of tough for me right now.
The low point, I would have to say when I actually first found out I was getting reverted. I'm going to be here next week and had to notify my parents.
Like I told the commander who sent me up here, I told him I shall make no excuses for my behavior.
Low point, I would have to say the reversion. Not getting home on time. But hey, you take your punches and you keep rolling.
Obviously, I'm very disappointed.
Getting reverted made me grow up the most and take responsibility.
To the rear, move!
Some people are not cut out for military service. One of those recruits was just physically incapable to do it.
Get out of the pool, let's go!
He couldn't pull himself out of the pool. He's not going to be able to pull a 200-pound person out of the water if they're drowning.
How are you going to help somebody if you can't help yourself?
He was just physically incapable of being in the United States Coast Guard. It could be physically demanding, a challenging job. And he just didn't have it.
Grab his hands.
It's a small number will wash out. And it's not because they're bad people. It's just that they're not fit for military service. And not everybody's fit for military service. That's the bottom line.
And if people have to get reverted or rephased or discharged, it's for a reason. The hands-on was really, really interesting. I remember walking into that area the very first day we had seamanship and looking out and seeing the mock ship and heaving lines and wondering, what the heck is that and what are we supposed to do with it?
Well, line forward to the pier!
Line forward to the pier!
Seamanship was excellent.
It's all about teamwork, and you don't get anywhere without teamwork.
First time I ever shot a gun my whole life was at the range. First I was pretty intimidated.
I thought it was going to be easy, but it's not as easy as you think.
I'm a qualified marksman, and I've never even picked up a gun before.
It was like you're from LA and you haven't shot a gun. Everybody thought I was a game breaker. I showed up with a do-rag and boots.
Oh, that was cool because I'd never done anything like that before. Spraying a hose and all that, I mean, it was a good time.
Control the hose.
You got your adrenaline rushing. It was a good experience.
Firefighting. Oh my God, I thought I was gonna die in a fire suit because I couldn't breathe really.
Overhead!
But I did it.
I'm not really small, but you're putting on tons and tons of equipment and you're in it for like 45 minutes straight.
You're controlling the hose.
Kind of give you a little chunk of reality, let you know how it's gonna be all suited up and you having to fight fires.
They do a real good job of explaining everything to you before they set you out to do it.
When you first arrive here, you're going to have a lot of regrets. You might hate the place, and you might hate everybody, but you don't ever get anything out of life if you don't put a lot of effort into it and go through hard times.
I didn't say put it on the deck.
Where I come from, you don't really join the military. That's like the last thing you try to do. As a matter of fact, it's really like considered a bad thing to do. I knew I was doing a good thing, but I didn't know that I would really be so proud to be in the Coast Guard and be doing something good for the country.
Coming here, nobody wants your attitude.
Don't say this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. No one wants to hear it because everyone's going through the same stuff.
There you go.
If nothing else, pay attention to detail. The smallest thing that you think's not going to mean anything could save somebody's life one day.
Start working out. First couple weeks are going to be tough, and there's no reason to come in here and have a chance of getting stuck on a physical fitness hold.
When you are dismissed, your company will be disbanded forever. You will become working members of the Coast Guard family assigned around the world.
Try to pick up that leadership when it's needed and it looks like everything's falling apart. Be the guy or girl that step up and take charge of the situation.
1, 2, 3, 0, 1, sir.
It's really hard and it's very tough at first, but once you get adapted to everything and you catch on, the feeling you get from going through these last 8 weeks, it's an undescribable feeling.
It's probably the best thing that's ever happened in my life. It's really straightened me out. It's made me more of a man.
Your training has taught you that the Coast Guard's 3 core values: honor, respect, and devotion to duty.
It's been an awesome, awesome experience for me. I've grown in so many ways that I didn't even think. I thought I was self-confident before I came in here.
Disband the graduating company.
Aye, aye, sir.
I have closer friends now. Like, I probably have friends that I'm gonna know for the rest of my life from here.
Disband!
So many people put it graduation day, graduation day, graduation day, but guess what? Graduation day, boom, it's come and gone. Now you got to get to work. They have to push themselves, and hopefully we gave that self-motivation. That's the whole purpose. You don't have to have so many skills. If you are motivated in the Coast Guard, you can go anywhere you want.
How about Ace?
Remember, it's just 8 weeks. It's just 8 weeks.
Unbelievable.